Hey, how's it going, folks? The name's Deathy, and welcome back to another episode of my solo playthrough of Hexroll 5e using Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. Okay, so in the last episode, we lost our first adventurer, Magnuson. It was a gif of the Aegis Paladin. He came back to the abandoned village, as it says here on the screen, where he got into a fight with 3 starved, desperate survival griffins who attacked him. He managed to down one of them with his overwhelming strength, but unfortunately, just his accuracy was poor, probably because he was carrying a lot of food. And the griffins managed to just eradicate him. Just one of them at least got some very high 20 plus attack rolls and just took him out. To be fair though, he wasn't the most geared. He had a chain shirt and a dagger, which I think just for light traveling, I'd imagine. It wasn't planning on doing any dungeon diving or anything, but fortunately, came to his hand. Now we have 2 new adventurers that we are going to introduce. But in a second, there's one thing I want to do. I want to do a quick little question. A quick oracle roll, if you don't mind. Now, this is going to regard Magnuson's stuff. Okay, so we're going to do a d20. The d20 says, is his equipment and all this gear that he got so far, his money, his food, his everything, is it still there at the abandoned village? No. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to say that the griffins ripped him apart, smelt all the food that he had on his backpack, ripped it open and started eating it, and then maybe days later, I don't know how many days from now, in fact, I'll do a d20. How many days from now is from that adventure to this one? 6 days. So I'm going to say in the 6 days, adventurers came by, noticed a dead body, and obviously all his food's gone, but he still has his weapon, his armor is been ripped shredded, his weapons might be still there, but all his gold and everything has been taken, including the box. So we're starting fresh, so we don't need to do anything regarding Magnus anymore. Okay, so let me introduce you to the first of the, let me introduce you to the 2 new characters. So, just to let you know, off screen, in between episodes, I have went through the exact same process I did to make Magnuson, which was roll a d4 to determine how many people are in this party. We have a party of 2, and I went through race, background, as well as classes. So, the first person we have is Crag, a Earth Genasi druid. So this is what we rolled up. He is part of the Whitestone Rifle Corps background. Now, if I could get 5e tools back up, I will show you what this is about. No, that's not it. Wrong. There we go. The Whitestone Rifle Corps. Here we go. From the background. I don't know what book this is from, to tell you the truth. Oh, Taldor camp. Oh, it's one of the Critical Role campaigns. That's what it is. I should have really thingied all that down actually, but it's fine. So basically, with the Whitestone Rifle Corps, we get 2 choices between athletics, perception, and survival. I think you got athletics, perception. We get weapon efficiency of firearms, to which we get choice between a musket or pistol. And basically, we went for did a roll, and we have a musket. In terms of anything else, we have 10 HP. As you can see, stats, we have, hold on, it's the stats actually showing us they are. Good. So we have 14 strength, 7 dexterity, which is really bad, 14 constitution, 17 intelligence, 13 wisdom, and 14 charisma. So the problem is that obviously his spellcasting ability for being a druid is wisdom, but he's very smart. He's a very smart druid. But the good news is we actually have the ability slots or the ability requisites in order to multi-class. So we could go into an intelligence-based class if you wanted to, or not. We'll see. Also, as well, it turns out we have a musket, set of commons clothes. Now, we rolled 50 gold pieces for his gold buy, and then he has a pouch of 60, which I forgot to do that. In terms of his proficiencies, we have, in terms of his saving throws, we have intelligence, wisdom for saving throws. His proficiency are athletics, nature, perception, and religion. Again, randomly chosen. We've got light armor, medium armor. The druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal. I'm not bothering with that. I think that's I know it's a flavor thing and it's up to the DM, but personally I don't think that's a problem in my opinion. I think a lot of DMs allow for druids to wear armor of any kinds, otherwise you'll be locked to either I think a splint mail, I think, if you go in heavy armor, or if you get heavy armor proficiency or heavy armor feats or whatever, and basically hide armor, I think, is the one that will get limited to. Close dagger, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, spears, and firearms for the weapons. A druid using a musket, eh? Mad. Herbalism kits. Languages common, no languages undercommon. These are just randomized. Don't have any true proficiencies, but the perceptions, see proficiencies are meant to be here, but they're a tight amount. We've got dark vision, so 60 foot dark vision. Earthwalk, meaning that he can go through rough terrain, I believe. As long as it's on rough rock or ground. Merger Stone basically allows him to cast Blade Ward as an action or a bonus action using his proficiency bonus per long rest. Spellcaster, ritual caster is all good. In terms of the spells that he has, 4 cantrips. We've got Blade Ward through being a Earth Genasi, which is one of my favorite abilities to do a bonus action. Blade Ward, really good for martial builds. Control Flames, Mending, and he has Thunder Wave and Protection from Evil as part of his prepared spells. So I'll either keep that or change them as this run goes. The second one we have is Shenbrin Underwoods, a Mark of Hospitality halfling. So the marks are from the Dragonlance campaigns, I believe, the Erebon, basically, and the races have these marks add some different abilities, as well as the ability to have some extra spells depending if they have the spellcasting ability or the pact magic ability from the warlocks. So we'll go over that in a second. She is a level 1 Lunar Sorcerer. So yeah, so basically as a sorcerer you get your subclass, so she's a Lunar Sorcerer. Baldur's Gate, folk hero background, chaotic good alignment, 25 foot speed because that's halflings move at, 17 strength, yep, 17 strength, 12 dexterity, 6 constitution, 10 intelligence, 15 wisdom, 16 charisma. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, so basically I randomized that. We got constitution and charisma saving throws. We have animal handling, deception, religion, and survival for her perceptions. 12 passive perception, no armor proficiency, but daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, light crossbows, potter's tools because they're from the Baldur's Gate folk hero class, unless you have a set of artisan tools for a start, for a starting item, or for a tool proficiency. Vehicles, land, so horses, carts, that kind of thing. Saving throws, constitution, charisma, languages, common, halfling, and basically the tool proficiencies don't have any. Well, yeah, they're up here. I don't know why. I've kind of like supposed to be I'm supposed to be fixing this up, but I forgot. She rolled 70 gold pieces for her gold buy, but because of the background, we got a set of pots, tools, a shovel, 9 pot, and a set of common clothes, and 80 GP. In terms of her abilities, Lucky means that any time she rolls a 1 on an attack roll, saving roll, or an ability, I believe, she can reroll 1s. Brave is immunity to frightened condition. Ever hospitable, I believe. I'll tell you what, let's just do this. Halfling, mark, hospitality. Sorry, just hit the microphone then. Yeah, why don't I just show you instead of just saying? Well, I mean, for quickness. Anyway, the book is from this farm is Erebon, Rising from the Last War. Yeah, so nimble half. Oh, I forgot to put nimble halfling nimbleness in there as well. Means she can move through the space of any creatures that size large enough. So I forgot to put that in. I don't know. I don't care. Should we put that in? Let's have a look. Languages, that's fine. Ever hospitable. When you make a charisma check or an ability check, if you're involving brewer supplies or cook utensils, roll a d4 and add to the number ability check. Oh yeah, we get Innkeeper's Magic, which should really put as well. Innkeeper's Magic. So Innkeeper's Magic is the prestidigitation cantrip. We can cast Purify, Food and Drink, and Unseen Servant once with a spell. Once you cast either spell with a straight, you can't cast a spell with it again, so you finish a long rest. Charisma is a spellcasting modifier for this ability. And basically we've got a set of spells, depending on if we have the spellcasting or pact magic class feature, which we do. Scrolling down. For her cantrips, we have Precipitation, we've got Message, Gust, Mind Sliver, Mold Earth. And then for a level 1 ability, level 1 spells, we got Purify, Fear and Drink, Unseen Servant. And then the spells we have for her is Raise Sickness and Sleep and Distort Value. But we already had Sleep from rolling it on the Sorcerer's. Already had it from rolling on the Sorcerer's spell table. So basically it means that we already have Sleep. So I've got Good Berry on there instead. So if we do get a level in Sorcerer, which we can replace one of our Sorcerer spells. And if we do decide to replace Sleep, then Sleep will still be on the spell list, but we'll get a new Sorcerer spell. So in a sense, we're kind of losing a spell at the minute, but we're regaining a spell. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, I could add one, but it's fine. I mean, I rolled it, so I might as well. And then I put Aid, Calm Emotions, Create Food and Drink, Lemon Tiny Hut, or Purity, yep, and Mordecai's Private Sanctum, and Hallow. And that is it. So that's the two characters. Now, obviously, I've not done any attacks or anything like that, so that's fine. Okay, now to move on. Now, our starting location. So as we know, we have covered a few locations right now. We have the kingdom. We have the city of Ithar. We have the town of Gasai. We have the Harpy and Crying Baker Lodge. And then we have the caravans here on West Free, North Free. So what we're going to do is, because we need equipment straight away, I'm going to say they're going to spawn in one of these 3 hexes. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to do a D3 to determine where they're going to start. 1. Okay, so they're going to start in Ithar. That's fine. So obviously 6 days has been since the original thing. Let me do a... I'll tell you what, let me do a D24 to determine what time it is during the day. At night, even. 18. So 18 is 6 o'clock at night. Okay, so obviously the shops are about to close soon, so let's do that then. Okay then, right. So we're going to the city of Ithar. So the city of Ithar, if it will hurry up, please. Come on. Oh yeah, I just need to zoom in. That's what I need to do, I think. There. City of Ithar, come on. Why is that letting me in? Come on, don't be acting up now, please. Right, okay, sorry about that, folks. Some reason I had to, well, not only refresh, but check on it another day. Okay, right, so, our 2 party members, Crag and Sherbin. Right, so that's what we're doing. So we're going to the Arms and Armory. So Alberta's Archer. Right. So we've been here before. We've been here before indeed. Okay, right, so let's start with Crag first. So Crag has proficiency with light and medium armor. So yeah, so he can equip the chain shirt. So we're gonna buy a chain shirt for him. So that's gonna be 54 gold. So that's gonna be pretty much all his gold is gone. So that's going to leave him with 6 GP, but the good news is that gives him a chain shirt. That gives him a chain shirt, which is good. So that is going to be 13 AC plus dexterity, which unfortunately is a -2, so it's just going to give him a base AC of 30. Alright, so that leaves him with 6 gold left. Now, the question is, needs a weapon. So what can he use? So we've got glaive, a bowgun, a dagger, net, hand axe, pike. I don't think he can use any of them, right? Clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, spears, and firearms. And obviously he doesn't have the sling bullet shelf, so he does no ammunition here for his musket. So unfortunately he's out of luck. So we're going to ask a question. Does he buy a dagger? That's a question for a weapon. Does he buy anything else? 15, okay, so it does. Right, so obviously he's only proficient in daggers, so let's do a D20. Does he buy D4 of our daggers? He does. Okay, how many daggers is he buying? 1. Okay, so he's buying a dagger. Right, doesn't this sound familiar already, eh? Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, so obviously he buys a dagger, so it's 2 gold pieces. So let's eliminate 2 gold pieces, down to 4. And then we're going to add a dagger. Okay, so he's got a dagger in his equipment. Now, does he have any attacking cantrips? He doesn't. He's got Blade Work, Troll, and Mending, Thunder Wave. Okay, so for now, we're just going to have to add dagger to here. So let's go dagger. Now, he has a +2 in strength, so he's going to use the versatile property of the dagger to use the strength. So that's going to be a +4. Why did he get a +6 from? That's incorrect. That's not a plus. That's not plus 6. That's actually that's a plus 0. Actually, I don't know where that plus 6 came from. Idiot. Okay, and that is 1d4 piercing, plus 2. Okay. So at least it has a little bit something for close range, if need be. Okay, Sherbin. Now, Sherbin doesn't have a proficiency in armors, but we do have daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. Only weapon we've got is the dagger itself, so we're just going to ask the question, does Sherbin buy new weapons? 19, alright, so obviously only proficiency is... Well, actually, the question is really, they could really use anything. And the reason why I say they can use anything is because, basically, even though they have proficiency in certain weapons, they can actually use a hand axe if they want to. But the only problem is, though, they can't use their proficiency bonus with the damage and with the attack roll, so basically they're just rolling strength. Do you know what I mean? So, do you know what? I think for that rule, I think it will. Instead of optimizing, we should let them get whatever they want. I mean, who says a sorcerer can't use a pike, for example? Okay, right. That's the case then. But the one thing I will say no is the armor, because for those who don't know, if you have a spellcaster that doesn't have the correct armor proficiency, what happens is that not only will I think do they get a movement penalty for using? I'm not talking about just heavy armor, I'm talking about armor in general, but I don't think so. But I do know that if you have an armor on that you're not proficient with and you're a spellcaster, you can't cast spells, as far as I'm aware. I think. I'm not going to look that up, but if anyone wants to correct me, please do. Right, so we got choice between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do a d6 to determine what Sherbin is buying. Right. Okay, so we're buying 1, 2, 3. Alright, daggers. Okay, they can use daggers then. Alright. Do they buy a d4 mount? They do. Okay, how many daggers? 4. Okay, so Sherbin's going to buy 4 daggers then. That's fine. So 80 gold, so 4 times 2 is 8, so that's 72 gold. And we're going to buy 4 daggers, either to throw or to use. And again, using the versatile property, Sherbin has a strength of 17 for a sorcerer. Jesus, weird. I would have put that in Constitution if I was, you know, being a little bit more optimized than put. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. 17 in Charisma for a plus 3. Then 16 in... Yeah, 17 in Charisma, 16 Constitution, and 15 in Dexterity would be perfect. And then throw the 6 into Intelligence, and then put 12 in Wisdom, and you're sorted. That would be a fucking brilliant sorcerer, just saying. But that's the way the randomizer rolls, so... Who am I to judge? Okay, so that's going to be a plus 5. That should be interesting. And then it's a 1d4p plus 3 damage. Now, we do have some attacking cantrips. We do have Mind Sliver, so the Mind Sliver is a... Mind Sliver DC. What is our DC again? Is it... Did I put a DC in? I didn't. Oh, I did put spellcasting DC in. Now, if I'm not mistaken, DC is 10 plus... I think it's 10. Let's see what, let me have a look. Should really have done this before, Devi. It's alright, it's just a setup. No big deal. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Right, Sorcerer DC is... Charisma modifier, sorry. 8 plus charisma modifier plus proficiency bonus, so I will do that for Sherbin. So 8 plus 2 plus 5, so that is 8 plus 5 is 13, I think. And then spell attack bonus is a proficiency plus charisma, which is 3 plus 2, so that's plus 5. Actually, not bad. That's 5. So yeah, DC DC 13, 1d, it's 1d6, right? It's 1d6. Yeah, 1d6 psychic, and then minus 1d4 for the next saving throw. Okay. 1d6 psi, minus 1d4 saving throw. Okay, I'll remember that then. And then, is there any other attacking spells that we have? Ray of Sickness. Yeah, we can put Ray of Sickness in, I suppose. A Ray of Sickness in here. Ray of Sickness. A Ray of Sickness is a touch spell or attack roll spell. I think. Ray of Sickness, yep. To make a range spell attack, so it's going to be +5, and then it's 2d8 poison damage, yep. Okay. +5. Sorry, +5. And then it's 2d8 poison. Better not let the grammar Nazis come for me, if I don't type that right. Okay, Ray of Sickness. Is anything else? Not at this level. Yep, it's okay. So we've got 3 attacks, sorry. Dagger, Ray of Sickness, and Mind Sliver. So that could be pretty useful. You know, Mind Sliver combined with Ray of Sickness, that could be useful. I'll do Crag quickly. Actually, Crag doesn't have any attacking spells, so it doesn't really mention it. It does have Thunder Wave spells. Right, so spell DC is 8 plus Wisdom plus Proficiency, so that is 8 plus 1 in that case. So that's going to be 11, I believe. 8 plus 1, 9, plus 2, 11. Yeah, okay, so that's going to be 11. And then it's Wisdom plus Proficiency, which is +1. Yeah, so it's +1 plus Proficiency, so that's going to be an attack, spell casting of +3. So I'll just put in Thunder Wave. Actually, you know what? I could just put it into here, actually, couldn't I? For now, yeah. Thunder Wave. And I put DC 11, and then it's Thunder Wave is 2d8. Thunder Wave, yep, it's 2d8 thunder, and then half on a successful save. Okay, and that's 2d8 thunder, so 2d8 thunder. There we go. Right, sorted. Apologies. Right, okay, so we bought the weapon, we bought the equipment. So we know it's 8 o'clock at night, so obviously this comes up to 7. So we're going to go to one of the taverns. So let's see, so we've got 5 taverns we can go to. So, minor, Acrobat's Cube. Oh, we can see districts. Very nice. Just let me just check it out. Oh, we got districts. Oh, I did not know about that. Maybe I should, yeah, instead of going straight for the services, maybe I should go to the districts instead. That should be a little interesting. I forgot about that. Oh, okay, cool. Right, so anyway, so we have 5 towns we can go to. So we can go to the Crime Mummy Tavern, the Peasant Spear, the Pixie and the Bleeding Queen, the Laughing Zombie, nice, and the Rogue Staff Tavern. So let's do a D5 to determine where they're going to go for. So, D5. 3. Okay, so they're going to go to Tavern number 3, which is going to be the Pixie and the Bleeding Queen Tavern. Okay then. Keeper. Owned and managed by Muscata of Jonaria. She has tired, red-looking eyes, soft, gentle features, and freckles, but she's fearful. In the pocket, a dirty handkerchief. Staff is Athenia of Jonaria. She has ample hips, haunted dark eyes, and a missing tooth. Lovely, calm. Ravina of Jonaria. She has wild green eyes, short red hair, and a missing tooth. Fearful, brilliant. And we have Fasalandra Samaneld. She has short blonde ponytail, deep blue eyes, and stained clothes. Okay. For drinks, we've got common beer, common wine, and cider. And for food, we have barbecue chunks of meat marinated in ale and served with baked potatoes. Stewed chunks of meat glazed with garlic wine and served with baked potatoes. Barbecue fillet of meat marinated with garlic and wine and served with cooked rice. Ooh, that sounds really nice, that. Barbecue tenders of pork glazed with honey and herbs and served with fresh salad. Stewed slices of fish marinated in red wine and served with baked potatoes. Cooked chunks of shellfish marinated in ale and served with mashed potatoes for 2 silver pieces. Stewed chunks of pork glazed with honey and herbs and served with baked potatoes. Okay. And then cooked tenders of chicken marinated in ale and served with cooked rice. Chicken rice, how about? Stewed fill of shellfish marinated in garlic and wine and served with cooked rice. Stewed tenders of chicken glazed in ale and served with baked potatoes. Stewed tenders of pork glazed with honey and herbs and served with cooked rice for 2 silver pieces. Right, let's do a D4 to determine what it is I'm going to buy. 4, okay then. So, okay, so we've got choice of 4 different, so let's see what Crag's buying. So let's do a D4. 2, so okay, so Crag's having the stewed fillet of shellfish marinated in garlic and wine. Okay, very nice. And then let's see what Sherbin's having. So Sherbin is having the stewed tenders of pork glazed with honey and herbs, so that's 2 silver pieces each. Okay, perfect then. Now Cardarn. 2 silver pieces each. I'm going to say that Actually, no, it should be fine. Right, so that's going to be 3, and that's going to be 8 silver pieces, and then for Cherubin, all the way down here. To the inventory, too far, there we go. That's going to be 1, and then 8. Perfect. Okay then, right, so from here, they need to get lodging. So we have two different lodgings we can choose. We can go bunk beds room, so up to 10 occupants, 8 silver pieces per night, or private bedroom, up to 1 occupant, 2 gold pieces per night. Okay, so let's see what the party want to do. So there's going to be a group choice between the two of them. So, okay, so they're going to get a private room each. Okay, that is a bit costly, that. Okay, so that is going to be 2 gold per night. Okay, that's fine. So obviously Sharon can accept it. So that's going to be 69 gold pieces. And then for Crag, he's just down to a single 1 piece. Okay, sorry, my mic fell. Okay, right. So now let's have a look. Okay, so we've got patron and visitors. The Avenging Wyverns are using this place as a secret meeting from time to time. Okay, the Avenging Wyverns, gotta remember that. Saphiria of Genoria, the curator, were not in shop. Adriha Natalissima, the physician, were not in shop. Okay, and for NPCs, we've got Aurelia Paul, level 8 human druid. She has full lips, piercing brown eyes, and big brown spectacles. Crushed, okay, let's have a look at stats. Leather, wooden shield, +4 to wisdom, intelligence, arcana, nice. Extra cantrip resistance. Does it say what, doesn't actually say what, I really wish to say what subclasses there were, you know what I mean? I guess you can kind of, like, tell, I suppose. Okay, natural recovery, free spell slot. So is she a land druid, I suppose? Maybe. Circle spells, mirrors, water breathing, control war. Yeah, okay, so I think she's a land druid of the coast, I think. Am I wrong with that? Okay, guidance, mending, druidcraft, animal friendship, conjure animals, not bad. Great club for weapon, wild shape, circle spells, okay. So we've got Noga Hildeberta, okay, level 4 elf wizard. He has thin green hair, glowing grey eyes, and a slender, graceful build, okay. Stats are looking pretty good. Free constitution, no armor, okay. Neutral good. Illusionist, okay. Presentation, poison brain, minor illusion, disguise self-identity, identify, sorry, mirror image, darkness, locate objects, light crossbow. Not bad. Okay, Hugo of Genaria, level 8 elf cleric. He has enchanted green eyes, thick sideburns, and slightly light skin. Okay, scale mail armor. Always symbol, trance, okay. Shield face, Son of Truth, water walk. Uses a net. Divine strike with a net? Can you even do that? Well, technically, I mean... Wait. +3 to hit. Inflicts 3. Wait, nets can... Wait, no. Nets can deal damage? Really? I don't think so. Take a look. Net. I thought net says specifically say they deal no damage. Martial weapon. Okay, yeah, see, it doesn't do any damage. Well, it's a weapon, actually, and if you're proficient in it, it's a martial weapon. A net has no effects on creatures that are formless, Green itself, and in fact, when you use that bonus action to attack with a net, you can only make 1 attack regardless of the number of attacks you can only make. Yeah, when you use an action bonus action reaction to attack with a net, you can only make... range. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you could add your... That's interesting. I'm going to have to look into that. I didn't think you could do that. So really, you could inflict... Because technically it's a weapon, really. It's a ranged weapon. And yeah, you can add Divine Strike to weapons. That's interesting. That's almost like a mini smite with a net. That's interesting. Nice. Okay then, right. So Guardian of Faith. Okay, yeah. Nice. Preserve life. Yeah, chosen creatures regain. Alright, I think that preserve life. Huh. Okay. Right, so Alberto of Geronia, level 7 elf rogue, piercing dark eyes, short and flowing almond hair and long pointy ear, sorry. That sounds like this is a thief rogue. Uses a whip. Interesting. Yeah, minus 2. Why is that? Is it because of the strength? Yeah, well, you can replace that with dexterity. You got a whip +1 now. And then we have Tundra Fioda of Genaria, level 2 dwarf wizard. She has soft bulging red eyes and big red cheeks. Wisdom +5, intelligence +5. Illusion. Message, light, poison spray, false life, retreat, expeditious retreat, mage armor, got a great club. Okay. +3 for strength. Jesus. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I mean. You could use any weapon, really. It's just obviously, you know, you don't have the efficiency, I suppose. Sigwin or Genaria, level 8 half-elf rogue. He has a 2-day stubble, piercing dark eyes, and a neck bad uncomfortable. Padded wood shield. Alright, rogue, eh? Rogue with a shield. Thief? Yeah, Archetype Thief, there it says. Archetype Thief. Does it say Archetype? No? Cleric, Holy Symbol? Yeah, it doesn't really say. You kind of have to guess what it is. They could really tidy this up, in my opinion. Okay, and finally, Fierret of Nagaberg, level 7 human wizard. She has soft blaze eyes. Okay, 15, 17, 15, 16, 13. Abjuration, not bad. Cantrips, Mending, Minor Illusion, Acid Splash, True Strike, Illusionary Script, Unseen Servant, Hope, Person, Magic, Knife, Web, Hypnotic Passive, Fantasy, Warp, Breathing, Wall Fire. Really bad, actually. Okay then, right. So, we've got a couple of things here. Bulletin. Traveling to Agadar, I will pay anyone carrying a package from me, yours, a Sand of Ifar. Job offer. I have a package for you to deliver at Agadar. Payment delivered at destination upon delivery, yours, Arida Natalissima. Item lost. A possession of mine was lost. Finest reward is guaranteed. Balsin of Fyodar. Okay then, Balsin of Fyodar. Is there anybody here that we recognize? Arida Natalissima. I'm sure that was a name that we read here, actually. Yeah. Adhad Natalissima. Okay then, right, so we know that one of the patrons for the first job is here. So that is really interesting. So we could do that. Okay, so we know that much. And then we got D6 for a rumor. So let's see what this D6 rumor is. 4. Okay, so number 4 is Baltrude of Kran is very secretive recently. Okay, we'll stick that in somewhere. We'll stick it in Sherburn, so we'll see why not. We can delete all that because that's off Magda soon. Very secretive, so remember that then. Okay, now right. So at this point, I want to say that. Oh, that's a good question. Do they take the job? Because obviously they know. Well, I mean, there's 2 jobs here, 2 from the same person and 1 from there. So let's do I'll tell you what, let's do an oracle question. Does the party take more than 1 job? In fact, actually, let's start with the first question. Do they take any of the jobs in the bulletin board? 8. They don't. Okay, so they don't take any jobs. Okay, that's fine. So these guys are an adventure party. They're not, they like to make, they'd rather make their own way in life and not get guided by the side of thingy. That's completely fine. So in this case then, I'm going to say that at this point, they decide to go to the rooms and then they call it a night. So now we are on to day, what time does it start? Say 6 o'clock? Yeah, so we got to 6 o'clock then. So 6 o'clock, leave the tavern. That's fine then. Okay then, right, so back to the city of Ifar then. Okay, right, so let's have a look. D20. Actually, hold on. Let me have a look at Sherburn. So Sherburn can use Good Berry. Okay, so Sherburn can use Good Berry as long as she has at least 1 spell slot. So I'm going to say they're not too fussed about rationing, but we're just going to leave this up to the thing here. Okay, so D20. Did the party visit any shops this morning? Or did they visit any shops right now? 5. They don't. Okay, so they leave town then. Interesting. Okay, so basically, they leave town. They've got weapons. They've got armor. Nothing in terms of food or anything, but of course we have Sherburn, who has Good Berry, so they could do... As long as they have 1 spell slot, I will allow her to cast that and use that as food for every long rest they do. So, that's fine then. Okay, so it's currently 6 o'clock then. So it's currently 6 o'clock, and time to leave. Right then. So they're starting right here. Now we know from the previous adventurer, Magnuson, we know that this is a lodge, this is a town, telling aside. Excuse me, and this is a caravan. So the only hexes we haven't uncovered is this one and this one. But we're still going to do the radii RNG thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for movement, and just so forth, really. Right then. Let's do a D4 and let's see which way to go. Hold on, is that right? D4, I just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay. D4. There we go. 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the village. So to visit the village of Kasai. Right, so now it is 9 o'clock. No, it's every 3 hours, isn't it? So 7, 8, 9. Okay, so yeah, so now it's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the morning. So let's do a 2d6 for the weather. So look, because we're technically still in the warm section here. 7. Okay. So 7 is clear. Okay, that's fine. Right, so the town of Kasai then. Nice. Okay, so we're in the town of Kasai here. Damn it, Devi, I didn't want me to do that. Town of Kasai. There we go, perfect. Okay then, right, so town of Kasai has some good things. So we need to, first of all, I need to take that down, thank you. Okay, so we need to ask the question, does the party visit any of the shops? 13 you do. Okay, cool man. Right, so what we need to do is now we need to count what it is. So minus the tavern, so we got barracks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Right, D25 to determine what they're doing. 9. Okay, let's see what we're doing at 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, matchmaker. House of Hearts. Interesting. Okay, matchmaker. Roberto Hildeside. He has a long smoking pipe in his mouth, deep blue eyes, and a peg leg. Has some business with Feminana Litterbrand. Okay, right, so there's nothing here, so it says for matchmaker. Feminine Litterbrand. Okay, well, we don't want to click on that just yet because we're not sure what that's going to take us. Okay, so let's head back the way. Okay, then, right. So, went in, I guess, to just having a look around and how we talk with them. So now it's 10 o'clock. So, did they visit anywhere else? They do. Okay, so let's do a D24 this time. 18. Okay, so for 24, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8. Okay, the barracks. So they go to Gilda's Guard Hall. Okay. Gerhard Manicanagros. She has long brown hair, glowing dark eyes, and a crooked smile. Just received a pouch and is afraid to open it. Okay. I remember that. Okay, so just read. So, Gerda Manicross. So, obviously, I guess they're just looking around, just having a look and just see what's going on. Obviously, comes across Gehild. I realize that she has a pouch. I wonder if that's going to be a quest hook. Maybe, we'll see. Obviously, I'm not sure how these quest hooks work, but... So to... and it's usually eating the meals in the Knight's Arrow Tavern. Okay, we'll remember that. And then... Trophy. Right, so we'll add that then. Okay, cool. Right, back away. And now it is 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12 o'clock now. Okay, did they visit anywhere else? 15, yes they do. Right, let's do another D24. 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I should ask the tavern as well, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, we'll go from there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, well, back to the matchmaker. Let's roll a D25 this time, just to change it up a little bit. 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so the liquors then. Teferia's liquors. Okay. So, Tyrifia of Yara, she has delicate makeup, or cold dark eyes and a face tattoo, depressed. A comb, an empty vial, and a ransom note. Okay. Just received a covered jar and is free to open it. Okay. Right, so we got a craft wine barrel and brewery supplies. Okay, the only person that can afford this is, of course, Shebrin Underwoods. 69 gold. Okay, let's ask the question. Does Shebrin buy anything here? Alright, she does. Alright, let's do a D2. 1. Of course there's a 1. You joking me? She wants to buy a barrel of fucking craft wine. That's fine. She wants to. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to do a D20. What we're going to do is we're going to do a D20 times You see, a craft barrel is like fucking huge. Well, she's strong. I mean, she's 17 strength, so and she's a half, and she's probably gonna be like that. Oh Christ, I can already fucking imagine. It's amazing. This is absolutely amazing. This is great for the imagination, isn't it? Alright, okay, well I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a d20 times 4. Does that work? I don't think so, but what times by 4? Whatever rolls, that's how many like drinks they both can get out of it. Okay, so 8 times 4 is 24, right? Yeah. Craft wine, Jesus Christ. So it's what is it, 42 gold pieces, okay? 42 gold pieces. Well, I mean, she is an innkeeper, so maybe she's after opening up her own inn, I suppose. Alright, 42, we are looking at 42, we're looking at 25 gold pieces left. Jesus. Okay, a barrel of craft wine. Yep. And we got 24 drinks. Okay. And also as well, just to remind you, the way that food works in this particular run, if they don't have any rations, what they can do is they can either have two food items, 2 drink items, or 1 of each to succumb to require the long rest, like food wise, like a Baldur's Gate freestyle. Okay, that is interesting. Okay, sure, I ain't gonna say anything. Right, so they go back. Honestly, hey, it's not my characters. It's interesting. Right, did he go to any other shops? They do. Okay, let's do a D25 again. 24. Okay then. So now it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 20. What is that? 24. Okay, so they go to the veterinarian. Yalara's house horse healers. Okay. Oh, okay, we got a hook. Right. Yalara Hildegild. She has deep blue eyes, painted skin decorations, and a nose ring. Repentive. Right, so we're going to unlock this and it'll give us quest hook. Let's have a look. Okay, and then we'll just lock that. Okay. Decorated spear is lost. Okay, or it's still claimed. This is actually a spear +1, and it's currently somewhere in the Tomb of the Raging Desire. Okay then, right, so find this reward is 320 gold. Okay then, that's nice. So, got ourselves our first quest. So the Tomb of the Raging Desire. Okay then, right. So let's add this to treasure cards of backstory, additional features. Cards appearance, cards of backstory. Is it not a section for like quests or anything? Not really, I suppose there isn't. Right, I'm just using the Dallas organizations. Okay, so let's do that. Finds reward 320 gold. Interesting. Cool, so we got ourselves the first quest then. Right, so Tomb of the Raging Desire. We'll have to remember that. Right, so let's get back then. So obviously that's an active quest now, because obviously they gave it, so. Okay, so it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do they leave town, or do they visit another shop? About to do. Oh my god. 24, but she's already there, so let's re-roll. Sorry, D25, not 25. Defi, 12. God, they're doing a lot of time, aren't they? Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, Gasil's Clinic. Alright then. Oh, we got another quest hook. Okay, so Gasil the Forga. She has painted skin decorations, glowing green eyes, and a face tattoo. Troubled. Alright then. Let's go for another hook. Okay. Embroidered cloak is lost or so claimed. Secret. This is actually a cloak displacement. Ooh. And it's currently somewhere in the Caverns of the Forsaken Fire. Reward is 2,200 gold pieces. Okay, that is good. Okay, so we've got a couple of quests here. That's amazing. Wrong one. We'll put it in Crag since maybe he was the one that was talking. Tell you what, that cloak displacement is fantastic because, for those who don't know, that is a rare magic item where basically basically when you equip it for your character, as long as they haven't been hit that turn, all attack rolls against them will be disadvantaged. So it's kind of like the invisible condition, except for like, you know, heavy displacement, but basically you get disadvantage of attack rolls against yourself. It's really good, but until you get hit, and then you go back to normal hits for yourself until your next turn. It's pretty good actually, it's a really good defensive one. I've used it a few times myself. Okay then, right, so it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Right, so they visit another shop. They do, oh my god. Where did he go? 10. I guess they're just looking around. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the bin's in the matchmaker already. And there's nothing there. I'm not going to say that there is. So 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, veterinarian. Who knows sheep or whisperer? Okay, and we got another hook. Okay, so Hudo of Kran. He has thin green hair, deep blue eyes, and a deep scar on the cheek, enraged. The pocket, 2 silver copper pieces and 3 silver pieces. Okay, so we're going to request look. Let's have a look. The decorated dagger is lost, so claimed. Secret. This is actually a dagger +2, and it's currently somewhere in the Tomb of the Forsaken Witch. That's funny. That's actually really funny because in my current group, D&D group, we're just finishing up a dungeon called the Tomb of the Forgotten King. That's just what it reminded me of there. Okay, right, so Tomb of the Forsaken Witch, eh? Okay, so we've got ourselves a few quests actually. This is pretty good. Depends on what we come across first, isn't it? That's actually like pretty damn cool though. Okay then, right. Right, so now it's now 4 o'clock. So the question is, did they visit any of the shops? They do. Oh my god, they really want to have a look around. 10, we've already been there. 11. Okay, have we been to here? The Tinker. There we go. Heartwind's devices. Okay, maybe we can find something here. Oh nice, we kind of do. Okay, Heartwind of Rador. He has a big round belly, piercing dark eyes, and a gat teeth, sorry. Okay, he has a grudge against Dracarion of Corbair. Okay, right, so he has Tinker's tools, 7 gold pieces, leatherworker's tools, 3 stakes and a mallet, and a chain. Okay, so obviously Crag can't afford any of this. Does Sharon buy anything here? That's a good question. Does Sharon buy anything here? Let's have a look. B20? She doesn't. Okay, so they're probably just coming here, browse, have a wee bit of a talk, saying that they're adventurers, yada yada. And they don't want to. Right, so it's now currently 5 o'clock, so 1 more hour, and then they'll have to go find it in or camp outside for the night. Right, so did they visit any more shops? They do. Oh my god. 14. Have we been to 14 yet? So it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so they haven't been to Elisodor's next. Okay, ooh, we got another one. Okay, Elisiad Khan. He has a thick mustache, piercing green eyes, and an earring. Elsodor's daughter, Familiar, is missing since last week. Familiar is being held captive in the hideout of the Morning Goblin. Reward is a decorated bow, actually a bow +1. Okay then, let's Control C. So we got we got quite a few quests to do. Okay, this is actually pretty promising. We can do this. Okay, so now it is 6 o'clock. Yep, there we go. So now it's 6 o'clock. So now they have to go to the tavern or they go camp outside. So what's the party do? Does the party find the tavern? Go to the tavern. They don't. Okay, so they go camp outside. Right. So in this case, they go camp outside. Now, basically what we're going to do is we're going to pick a direction and then you're going to have to camp in that spot. Or they might actually come here and then have to go to the lodge or something and have a look. Right, so let's have a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do a D6. 2. Okay, so we're going to Disgrace. That's the caravan then. Okay then, so the caravan. Okay, so caravan has some stuff. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna say that the caravan's open 24/7. Well, I mean, they don't have to be like 24/7, but you know, they're open up a lot later on. I mean, they're around and they have sounds of music and everything. So, right. So let's have a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 6 caravans there. Okay, does the party do any shopping? They don't. Okay then, right. So I'm gonna say that they yeah, so I'm just gonna say that they find a quiet corner of the wagons. They ask, is it possible to stay there? Sure thing, you know, the more the merrier. As long as you provide, as long as you can provide yourself your own food, but, you know, they might give them a couple of blankets to sleep on top or some hay or something. And basically, Cheryl casts Goodberry for a meal for her and Crag. And then it's the next morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, let's get moving then. Right, so D6. Let's see which way we're going. 5. Okay then. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Pat's like a sigh? Really? Ugh. Do you know what? I'm going to say no to that because obviously they have no business there. They've got a bunch of quests. Let's re-roll that. Let's go D4. 2. Okay, now things a bit different. Right. That's what we got for a swamp then. Okay. Distress and Amaze. A sunken temple lies half buried in the filthy water of the swamp. The intricately carved stonework ensnared by grasping plants. A dizzy and complex maze sprawls on a dry patch of land, the labyrinth paths weaving unfathomable patterns through the puzzle. A desperate cry erupts from within, the voice begging for help with primal urgency. Okay, well obviously there's nothing here. Right, let's do 2d6. For the weather, 6. So we're in the dry season now. Well, dry, you know, warm season. So 2d6 is clear, that's completely fine. Now here comes the big thing. Here comes the big thing. Do we get a random counter? We don't. Oof. Okay, no random counter. Okay, that's good. I mean, look at this. 4 giant frogs, scouts, swarm of spiders. Jesus. Okay, right, so nothing there. Okay, then cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go D5. Yeah, I don't think I'll class, unless they want to go back to a certain... Yeah, do you know what? I think I'll change up the exploration rules. I think what we'll do is... No, we'll just keep doing the D... We'll just keep doing the D stuff, it's fine. At the end of the day, it's the guys, they can do what they want. Right, let's do a D6 to which way they're going to go. 5, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we'll go down the way. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, a giant constrictor snake. Murky and dark water covers most of the land here. Rotting tree trunks, partially submerged, provide the occasional improvised beam bridge for travel. A giant constrictor snake is sleeping on a dry patch of land. There's a 2 in 6 chance of encountering it. It's a CR2. A CR2, that is not good. Against 2 level 1s? Jesus. Lair Horde. 1 in 6 chance of finding it if a encounter occurred, or a successful DC-18 investigation check. And then once we beat it, we get 188 coins and then 175 worth of artifacts. So 25 gold pieces each. So 2 carved bone statuette, cloth of gold vestments, 2 copper chalice with silver filigree, embroidered silk handkerchief, small mirror set, and painted wood frame. Jesus, this is going to be tough. Very tough. Okay, let's roll the 2 in 6 chance. So, do they encounter it? They don't. Oof. Right, so don't encounter it. That is good. That is good. Jesus. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do a D6 then. 3. Okay then. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay. West 2, North 3. Abandoned village. Ruins rise from the brackish waters of the marsh like the bones of a titan. Stone columns forming broken ribs blade wide. There's a recently abandoned village on the muddy lands. So 1 in 6 chance. Okay, regional weather. Let's do a... okay, do you know what? Let's do 1 in 6 chance. Have a look. 6. Okay, no encounter. Alright, good. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, let's do a D4. Yeah, the regional weather, I'm not actually going to keep rolling the regional weather. I think what I'm going to do with the regional weather is that what I'm going to do is it might be a factor into the encounters when we fight there. So I might do it that way. No, not D4, but D6. 4. Okay, let's just take this now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first desert hex. Okay, let's have a look. There's numerous sinkholes in the sands here. Some of them are big enough to swallow an inn. An air elemental is foraging near an oasis. There's a 2d6 chance of encountering it. Jesus. A CR5? Okay. Lord Horde, 1 in 6 chance of finding it if an encounter occurred, or successful DC. That's a lot of stuff. Right, let's have a look. 3. Nope. They don't encounter it. Good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm an idiot. Right, hold on. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. So, it was 6 here, and then every hex is 3 hours, so 9, 12, 3, and 6. Okay then, right. So, you're going to have to move, because obviously you can't camp here, so let's do a d6. 1. Okay, so we're moving up the way then. Oh no, we're moving back. Okay, so we're moving back to the abandoned village. And now it's late at night and we have to do a long rest. So Cheryl's going to do a good berry to, you know, keep everyone alive. You know, to keep everyone fed. But because we're camping overnight, the chance for an encounter is now 2 and 6. So we roll a 1 or 2, that's an random encounter. What do you know? We get a random encounter. Okay, and we are ambushed. To be ambushed or preyed upon. Yeah, well, we're ambushed because we're camping. So, well, let's do it this way. Let's see what we get first. Let's do a d4 to determine who we're fighting first. 4. I saw that. Swarm of spiders. Oh god, swarm of spiders. Blind sense, swarm. The swarm can occupy another creature's space or vice versa. The swarm can move through any open large for a time. The swarm can regain. Swarm can difficult face up and then web sense, web in contact with a web. Swarm knows exact locations and contact with the same web. Web walkers. The swarm ignores movement caused by webbing. Bites plus 3, 1 target effective or 5, so it's half its hit points or fewer. Okay, swarm. Okay, right. So its dex score is 16. It doesn't have any. Hold on, this is something to look at. 1 minute. I'm arachnophobic as well to a degree. Swarm of spiders. Yeah, let's just go for the monster manual. Is it a monster manual? Does it say? It doesn't really say. That's fine. Let's have a look. Okay. Come on. Almost there. Okay, yeah. Swarm of spiders. Eesh. Okay, 12 natural, yep, 22, 5d6, yeah, that's about right. CR 100, spider climb, swarm. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, right, so in terms of resistances, so resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Right, so it doesn't have stealth efficiency. Okay, because what we're going to do is this. We're going to do a stealth check. So, it's a d20 plus 1. Hold on, is that different? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Plus 2. Plus 2. Why is that plus 2? It should be plus 1. Have I got the wrong one here? Plus 2. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person then. I climb web popper. What's the difference? So it's not the monster manual, it's a different one. Too many legs. Huh. Either this is just a slightly beefier one or it's a different one. -3. Strength -3. 4d. No, 5d8, but this is a bit of a different. Okay, that's fine. We'll just use this one then. I guess there must be a typo then. Must be a +1 then. Okay, but anyway, what I was trying to say is we'll do a stealth check, do a perception check, right? So, let's do a d20 plus 1. We'll go from the stat. No, we'll go from the we'll go from the stat block from the monster manual. So 2d20 plus 1. So we're doing a stealth check at 18. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Crag, who has a passive perception of 13, and Sherburn, who has a passive perception of 12. So I think what they'll do is, I'd imagine they'll probably take it in turn. So what we'll do is we'll do a perception check for the both of them, and we'll do it as an average. So let's go for let's have a look. So persuasion. So perception is +2. So we'll do Shervin first. So D20 +2 is a 6. And then going to Crag. Wrong window, going to Crag. That's going to be a +3 then. So it's a D20 +3. 5. Okay, so what this means is that the spawner spider is going to come up and get a we'll get surprise round. So this means they get 1 full round of surprise combat. So this should be pretty fun. Yay. So yeah, so our first proper test. So 5d8, AC of 12, and with some major damage, I mean 44. That's like that's a minimum of 1 to a maximum of 6. Maximum of 16. These guys can probably one-shot one of our people. We could actually lose an adventure if we're not careful. What's that to say? What's that to say? Hey, that's what makes this playthrough a little fun. But at least we've managed to uncover a little bit more of the Hexroll spells. Right, so in the next episode, we will go straight into this encounter. I'll get it all set up, and yeah, we'll should be a fun one. We'll see what happens. So anyway, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to join the adventure. And apart from that, enjoy the rest of your awesome day, and hope to see you next time. Take care.